Hi there. Today I'm lucky enough to be at Daumas Gassac, an estate in the south of France in the Languedoc. And we've been tasting 27 vintages of their red wine. It's a wine that only goes back to 1978, which was the first vintage. And therefore, that's 27 out of 47 vintages they've now produced. Now the one I'd like to look at here is the 1986 vintage. Now that label doesn't show you a lot, but the back label reveals it to be the 1986. It's a wine that's entitled to the designation Vin de Pays de l'Hérault. It's an estate-produced wine, and the estate was set up in the early 70s by Aimé Guibert and his wife Veronique. Aimé Guibert passed a few years ago, but Veronique still lives here and runs the estate with her sons. Now, Daumas Gassac was probably one of the first quality estates to come from the Languedoc, and the family have worked hard to promote their estate as well over the years. I mean, for instance, I was told today over lunch that the nickname used to describe this wine in Chinese is that it is the king of the Languedoc red wines. So I think that relates back to a track record of high quality. The wine is predominantly Cabernet Sauvignon. The blend for this is 65% of Cabernet Sauvignon with 11% of Syrah. There's 10% of Malbec and 5% of Merlot in this. It's 4% of Cabernet Franc, 2% of Tannat, 2% of Pinot Noir, and 1% of other varieties. We're not told what those other varieties are. It could be Nebbiolo, it could be Petit Verdun, it could be a blend of both of those or some other varieties. I'm not entirely sure. So let's have a look at the wine, shall we? The first thing to say is that 86 was quite a ripe vintage. It's got a good dark colour. For a wine of its age, it's not particularly browning. There's still some vibrancy to the ruby red colour there. Almost a slight purple hue, in fact. Swelling it, the wine has 12.7% alcohol, and yet it's still actually forming some tears on the glass there, so there's a good viscosity. The tannins there, I think, are doing that. So let's see what we make of the aromas, shall we? The aromas are developed. There's a mushroomy note, there's leatheriness, there's touches of black olive and black cherry. There's almost a graphite hint in there. It's a powerful nose. There's plenty going on in there. Powerful and complex. So let's have a taste. My first impression is that that's got lovely freshness. There's an amount of black fruit. It's almost just about a juicy black cherry note. And that's being followed up by black olive notes, by leathery notes, by a touch of graphite. And there's a sort of a slightly dusty grip. There's almost a sort of a charcoal note on the mid palate. Now, it's been suggested to me that this wine may have a touch of a yeast infection called Brettanomyces, which would start to give a sort of a slight barnyardy note that is noticeable here. But then there's also sort of more developed tertiary aromas, sort of slightly mushroom aromas of developed fruit. So that's all part of a sort of a complex savoury set of flavours and aromas that have come to develop in this wine. Now the wine, I think, is probably fully mature. I very much doubt that it's going to improve with age. However, at the same time, I also think that its freshness, its structure, its fine tannins, along with the balanced alcohol that's letting the perfumes shine through, gives this the potential that it can continue to hold in this condition for several years, I should think. It's quality wine providing some very enjoyable drinking, and I think set to do so for a few years yet. So thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, do please press the like button. If you think your friends would be interested in watching, do please pass it on to them. If you have any comments, please leave those in the comments box below. We would love to hear what you think about the wines we're looking at, the tastings we're doing, or anything else that relates to that. I'll leave a link below so that you can follow that to the wine searcher page for this vintage of this wine on our website. There you'll be able to see things like the critics' notes, pricing and availability, any more background detail we have about the wine. Hopefully all you can need. Thank you so much for watching, and I do hope you'll manage to find some time. Come and join us for another tasting in the near future. Thanks again. Bye for now.